Good day, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I just want to use this medium to appreciate each and every one of you for following and liking my page. I say thank you once again. I want to take us on, or I want to give us a clue on what pattern making is all about. Before then, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Dara Famous, a fashion designer and a pattern maker. We have been hearing about the word pattern making. We want to know what pattern making is all about. In the world of fashion, we have two different sets of people. We have the freehand, we also have the pattern makers. The freehand are those ones that work on fabric directly, while the pattern makers are those ones that work on paper and thereafter transferring these designs from paper to their fabric. We want to know what pattern making is all about. Pattern making is simply the process of creating a blueprint of your garment. That is, it is the process of creating the picture of your garment in a paper before transferring to the fabric. It is also the art of manipulating a design onto a piece of fabric to incorporate what a person's figure. Manipulation here means transferring the design from the paper or the pattern to the fabric in order to bring out a person's figure. The ultimate goal is to create the perfect or customized fit in a customer. The most important part of the garment development process is to draft pattern based on the shape and the proportion of the customer. Pattern making creates two-dimensional visual of the garment that is being designed. What we mean by two-dimensional visual of the garment here is our center back and our center front, or we can say our back and our front. So we draft our back differently and also draft our front differently. That is what we mean by two-dimensional visual of the garment. The pattern is made to fit the customer's measurements and modified to add in specific styles and designs before eventually being draped and graded. What do we mean by the word graded? Graded here or grading here implies the process of readjusting basic paper patterns to fit different sizes using the same original pattern template. I take it again. Grading is the process of readjusting basic paper patterns to fit different sizes using the same original pattern. This therefore means that in pattern making, you can actually use a particular border size to create different sizes. You can actually use a particular body size. You either minimize or you maximize. Let's say, for instance, you're working on a body size of 9. You can actually either you minimize the body size of 9 to fit into size 8, or you maximize it to size 10. That is what grading is all about. In a consumer market where sizes have to be added or adjusted quickly, paper grading is used as a time efficient method of creating multiple sizes by maximizing or minimizing one drafted template. This actually implies that in a consumer market, in a market for instance where mass production is done, instead of us wasting or taking the whole time drafting different body sizes, what we do here is we pick one or two body sizes. Let's say size 9, and size 12. We can decide to minimize size 9 to fit into size 8 and also size 7 and so on. We can also decide to minimize size 12 to fit into size 10 and also size 9, or we maximize size 12 to fit into size 13 and thereabouts. By so doing, we do what save the time and the stress it will cause us by drafting different body sizes in a consumer market. We have different steps in pattern making. For you to create a pattern, we have to follow some steps in creating pattern. The first step here we have to follow is gathering your materials. As a pattern maker, before you decide on drafting or creating a pattern, you need to put your materials in place. Materials such as your measuring tape, your pencil, your eraser, your ruler, your hip cuff, and so on. Those are the materials you need to put in place before you say you want to start drafting. The next step here we need to take is taking proper measurements of a customer. We need to take proper measurements needs to be taken in order to draft or take or to make a pattern. Another step here we need to take is adding styles and designs. As a pattern maker, you need to know different styles and designs, or you need to come up with your own styles or design. Before you say you want to make a pattern, you need to have a picture of what you want to design or what style you want to make before you come up or you make a pattern. The next thing here we'll look at is grading this design. Just as we talked about before, that grading is the process of readjusting basic paper patterns to fit different sizes using the same original templates. So this is one of the steps we need to follow in order to create or make a pattern. And the next step here we are going to take here is draping. Like we talked about, draping refers to styling a customer with the cut out fabric based on your drafted design. That is what draping is all about. So these are the steps we need to take before we think of making a pattern. We need to first of all gather our materials. We need to take proper measurement of the customers. We need to get styles and design. We need to grade the design, and we need to do finally drape to get final result of our garments. We have types of pattern here in our clothing manufacturing. The first one here is flat pattern making. We also have drafting, and we also have fashion draping. This is all for today. So we'll wrap it up for today till next time. Thank you very much.